Hi, I'm Livia, and this is my reflection on ethics and teamwork from our Hydrolink Blue Ocean Strategy project. I'll be talking through how our teamwork, the ethical decision we face, and what I've learned for my future as a marketing professional. So the main aim of this reflection is to explore how ethics actually showed up in a real team project. I'll reflect on our teamwork dynamics, how our emotional intelligence played a role, and how ethical behavior impacted trust and the final outcome of our Hydrolink project. So our client had a pretty clear marketing dilemma. How do they effectively target the market in a very competitive red ocean mining industry? Our job as a team was to unpack that problem and find a strategic way forward that actually made sense for them. So as a team, we mainly work online. We use shared Google Docs to combine our data and arguments, Instagram as our main communication channel, and Zoom when we needed to present our ideas. We also met before our Thursday tutorials to boost team dynamics and stay aligned. So our group had 4 people: Connor as team leader and responsible for phase 4, Michaela on phase 2, focusing on competitors, Harry on phase 1, doing the customer and demand side, and I was on phase 3, looking at the suppliers and intermediaries. My role was to analyze the supply chain and sustainability issues, contribute ideas on digital presence and repositioning, and also help the design and structure the slides. Overall, our objective was to find the best way to solve our client's marketing dilemma. We had weekly check-ins to keep everyone on track, and it's mostly online. Open discussions was a big thing in our group, and any idea had to be presented and talked through. So Google Docs became our main reference point, so we could see each other's progress and how strong the arguments were. Connor was responsible for keeping everyone on top of their tasks, but our hierarchy was like pretty flat. We're all quite laid back and easygoing, and as long as the work gets done and done properly, everyone had their own focus area where they are fully responsible for, and open discussions were definitely encouraged. And as a team, we agreed on a blue ocean approach for hydrogen. We recommended diversifying the target market by expanding into commercial buildings with a focus on ESG, and also partnering with the Australian Defence Maritime sector. Our communication was clear, tasks were done on time, and the final outputs had a cohesive visual and messaging, even though we had some bumps along the way. One of our biggest challenges was workload pacing. Some of us finished earlier while others are like a little bit closer to the deadline, which created a little bit of tension. And that misalignment taught us a lot about timing and also empathy. And in the end, our success came from clear communication, compromise, and putting the team's objectives ahead of our individual frustrations. And each person brought different strengths, and Connor was great with time management. I tend to drive the critical thinking and the open discussion. Michaela was super reliable, and Perry was the peacemaker and vibe checker of the group. We mostly work independently while researching, but when it comes to like recommendations, industry maps, and SWOT analysis, we came together and collaborate and make joint decisions. Ethically, we had to think about fairness, workload balance, and transparency. We also did use AI tool, but only as a supportive tool, like a supervisor, helping us spot gaps, not a replacement for our own thinking. So we made sure our work was original, critically thought through, and aligned with ethical and academic standards. So when issues came up, like workload imbalance or confusions about responsibilities, we leaned on open communication, regular check-ins, also help us rebalance tasks, clarify who is responsible for what, and make sure no one felt taken for granted or taken advantage of, and that kept things fair and reduced resentment towards each other. Ethics and teamwork are really linked towards each other, and creating a safe environment meant people felt comfortable being honest and vulnerable, that built trust and mutual respect, which directly strengthened our team dynamics. Emotional intelligence also played a big role. Being emotionally aware helped us communicate better, empathy helped us understand each other under stress, and reflecting before acting stopped us from making reactive or reckless decisions. From this project, I've realized how important ethical leadership and continuous reflection are. Leaders might steer the wheel, but the team makes sure that it's heading in the right direction. So going forward, I want to be someone who values integrity, fairness, and growth, both in how I work in teams and how I show up as a future marketing professional. And thank you for listening.